Who really is the nation's girl group? Some say Girls' Generation, some fans think it's Twice. But given their long list of accomplishments, what about Blackpink and Red Velvet? I've seen many comment sections and videos discussing this hot topic over the years, so as a longtime K-pop fan, I'm finally weighing in and sharing my thoughts. So who is the nation's girl group? Well, my answer is probably not gonna be what you think. So let's blast off and get started. JM in your universe. What's up, friends? I'm Jonathan Miller, and welcome back to Jonathan Miller Music, where we help each other become better artists. We're on voiceover mode today because I'm working on a few projects right now, but it's alright, we're gonna be fine. So, who is the nation's girl group in K-pop? Girls' Generation, Blackpink, Twice, or Red Velvet? Well, the term the nation's girl group is among a list of national titles given to select celebrities or acts in Korea by either fans or the Korean public in general. It's a very special thing to be given one, as these titles can reflect a person's personality, looks, good deeds, relationships with the public and their recognition, or of course their undeniable contributions to South Korea. Now, I'm not Korean, so I'm not claiming to speak for anyone else in this video except myself. These are just my opinions, and yours will probably be different, and that's okay. In fact, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, so give this video a like, subscribe, and let's go. Girls' Generation. In 2007, Sonya or Shoujo Jidai if you're in Japan, ushered in a new era of girl groups during the second generation of K-pop when boy groups were ruling the airwaves. TVXQ, Shinhwa, and others were dominating Korea's music charts, and there was a real need for successful female acts. So initially achieving moderate success with their debut song Into the New World, as many people know, it wasn't until 2009 when the group truly broke through with their massive hit G. The song was a viral hit online and offline when viral hits were only just starting to be a thing. There was no Spotify, and Twitter was barely in existence at this point, but YouTube was pretty popular, and record labels were starting to post their music videos onto the platform. Fun fact, if you've ever watched a music video on YouTube from the late 2000s, and it's got weird breaks in the middle for dialogue, or the music sounds slightly different from the official version of the song, that was to help avoid piracy, because the concept of music being free like on streaming like it is now was a big no-no. Anyway, SNSD didn't have the benefit of the streaming era like our other ladies do for a good majority of their popularity. But still, Girls' Generation was a household name. They became the first Korean girl group to break through in Japan, the world's second biggest music market, following SM label mate BoA. G was the best-selling single of 2009 and became the most popular song of the 2000s on Melon. SNSD had hit after hit from The Boys, Run Devil Run, Mr. Taxi, Genie, the Japanese version of which became the first single by a non-Japanese girl group to reach the top 3 since 1980 of the Oricon charts in Japan, and their first Japanese album became a million seller there, making them the first K-pop group ever to do so. They were one of the first K-pop groups to perform on American late-night TV, and their hit I Got a Boy even beat out Psy's Gangnam Style at the YouTube Music Awards in 2013. Even following Jessica's departure in 2014, Girls' Generation is still one of the most recognized and best-selling girl groups of all time. Each of the members are successful as soloists as well in their various fields, from dramas to Broadway musicals, brand partnerships, awards, variety shows, solo albums, concerts, and more. Yuna alone holds multiple affectionate national titles like the nation's ideal type. With as popular and as successful as Girls' Generation is and was, it's really no wonder why Koreans gave them the title of nation's girl group originally. I mean, need we forget that iconic live rooftop performance of Genie on the helipad watched by 8.6 million people? The thing is though, SNSD was big primarily for millennials. So if you ask the average K-pop fan of today who the nation's girl group is, they're gonna say somebody else. But before we dive in further, a shout out to this video's sponsor, DistroKid. DistroKid is one of the best and leading music distribution platforms, helping independent artists get their music up on places like Spotify, Apple Music, and TikTok. They offer a wide range of additional services to help you promote your music, all for one small yearly fee, including services that other distributors don't provide. One service DistroKid offers is getting your lyrics synced up to your music on places like Spotify and Instagram. All you need to do is add your plain lyrics first, aka the unsynced version, that is just used for search engine optimization improvement. Make sure you are following the requirements though, because they are pretty strict, like not censoring swear words unless they are censored on the version of the song you're uploading right now. But anyway, hit save, then go on over to synced lyrics. You'll get a pop-up reminding you that Instagram is slow at adding this feature, but from here, the instructions are pretty simple. Hold the spacebar down and release it as each lyric plays. This gives you a lot of control, and don't worry if you mess up, you can always delete or reset if you need to. Once you've listened through your song, hit save and you're good to go. Use my special VIP link to save yourself 7% on your first year's membership. Link is in the description. Twice. a joint venture between JYP Entertainment and Mnet, a survival girl group show called 16 was put together in 2015 featuring skilled trainees competing to become Twice. Originally voted on by the audience, its 7-member lineup was chosen before JYP controversially added 2 more members, Sui and Momo, thus giving us a 9-member group. Many people believed at the time that because Girls' Generation had already shown that a 9-member girl group could work, and because SNSD 's contract was up in a couple years, at the time it felt like this was JYP's secret way of competing, so to speak. Whether it was or wasn't, it sure as hell worked. Twice debuted with Like Ooh Ah in October of 2015, and from here, they haven't really stopped. Their hit Cheer Up was the best performing single of 2016 in South Korea, winning numerous awards, including Song of the Year at the Mamas. TT topped the Gaon charts for 4 consecutive weeks. Their 3 Japanese members helped give Twice an advantage in Japan to make great music and achieve massive success there too, becoming the first Korean girl group to officially embark on a multi-city Japanese dome tour, which is a huge accomplishment. They are the first female Korean act to simultaneously top Billboard's World Albums and World Digital Song Sales chart with Twice-tagram. They co-signed with Republic Records in the US and eventually dropped their English banger, The Feels, which charted on the Billboard Hot 100 and the UK Singles Chart. They've had numerous viral dance routines and more recently began solo debuts with Nayeon's Im Nayeon, which topped the Gaon chart in South Korea. We're barely scratching the surface here too. Twice is the first K-pop girl group to surpass an online concert attendance of over 100,000 people. They're the first K-pop girl group to pass 1 billion streams on Gaon. They are also officially the best-selling K-pop girl group in South Korea and Japan. So naturally, they too have earned the nickname the nation's girl group. And yet, somehow, Blackpink is way more recognizable worldwide. Blackpink. YG Entertainment's Blackpink is a bit of a curious case. They are so recognizable, popular, powerful, and record-breaking that a good portion of people watching this probably already assumed that they are the nation's girl group. Debuting toward the tail end of K-pop's 3rd generation of super acts, Blackpink's Boombayah made them the fastest K-pop act to go #1 on Billboard's World Digital Song Sales chart. They instantly topped multiple music charts and even won first place on Inkigayo 13 days after debuting, shattering the record for fastest achievement time for girl groups between winning and debuting. Billboard named them one of the best new K-pop acts of 2016. Their music video for As If It's Your Last also became the most liked music video by a Korean girl group within 24 hours of its release. Blackpink's genetic makeup as a group is very interesting. You've got members who've spent good portions of their lives in Thailand, Korea, New Zealand, and Australia, with near fluency in multiple key languages like Korean, Thai, English, French, and Japanese. They all trained for multiple years under YG, an entertainment company specializing in hip-hop and EDM, and home to mega successful acts like Big Bang and 21. Their music combined and innovated multiple popular styles in the late 2010s, and thanks to the rise of streaming and BTS pushing K-pop's growth abroad, it's really no wonder that Blackpink has since become so successful to such a wide audience. Their hit Doo 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 was at one point the highest charting K-pop girl group hit on the Billboard Hot 100. Its music video hit 100 million views in 10 days, going viral. Kill This Love raked in 56.7 million views within 24 hours, and then they broke their own record again by passing 100 million views within 3 days. They are the first K-pop girl group to perform at Coachella, which is a highly popular music festival in the US. Blackpink became the first K-pop girl group to be certified by the RIAA when Doo 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 was certified gold. They became the first K-pop group ever to pass 1 billion views on a music video, joining the ranks of Psy's Gangnam Style. They hold 3 Guinness World Records. They're the most subscribed to artist on YouTube now, with over 75 million as of this recording. 3 members have achieved brilliant solo success, including Lisa's viral hit Money, which is still the longest charting song by a K-pop female soloist on the Billboard Hot 100, again as of this recording. Honestly, it's quite smart, as extremely frustrating as it is, that Blackpink doesn't release more music. Fans are forced to listen to their hits over and over, driving up numbers, sales, and accomplishments. Blackpink's audience is incredibly international. It's truly to their advantage. Domestically, however, Red Velvet knows what's up. Red Velvet. Debuting in 2014, Red Velvet is one of the oldest Gen 3 K-pop groups. Beginning as a quartet, Red Velvet helped usher in a new generation of K-pop that was already underway with their tropical hit Happiness. It wasn't until the following year, when Yeti was added to the group for their breakthrough hit Ice Cream Cake, that the now quintet really started to take off. It became the best-selling girl group album the first half of 2015. Their first album, The Red, topped Billboard's World Albums chart, and their music video for Dum Dum was the only non-English song on Rolling Stone's 10 Best Music Videos of 2015. Their mega hit, Red Flavor, is largely considered a summer classic now, and won numerous accolades, including Best Pop Song at the Korea Music Awards. In 2019, Billboard considered it as the second best K-pop song of the entire 2010s. Most impressively, they are one of the only K-pop acts to perform in North Korea for the Spring is Coming concert, an important historical and diplomatic event on the Korean peninsula. Their 2018 hit Power Up achieved a perfect all-kill on Korean music charts. Psycho reached number 2 on the Gaon chart, not to mention that Feel My Rhythm surpassed over 516,000 pre-orders, earning them a double platinum certification on Gaon. Girls' Generation, Twice, Blackpink, and Red Velvet are all household names in Korea, and their list of accomplishments, awards, and cultural impact cannot be denied no matter who your favorite act might be. So then, what's my opinion on this hotly debated topic? Who is the nation's girl group? Over the years, I've seen countless videos, comments, discussions, and arguments about who really is the nation's girl group. Entertainment Weekly once referred to Girls' Generation with the title, and it understandably upset fans of Twice, Red Velvet, and Blackpink. Twice is now the best-selling Korean girl group of all time. Blackpink has undeniably helped K-pop move into the mainstream music scene internationally. Red Velvet has literally aided in easing tensions between North and South Korea, and Girls' Generation helped lay the foundation for what K-pop is today. As some people have mentioned in other corners of the internet, Red Velvet has recently been given the title of the nation's pride for their accomplishments, popularity, and for being cultural ambassadors of Korea. Personally, I agree with other people on this one. I think the way Red Velvet has grown is admirable, and their unique success within South Korea in particular is pretty special and deserving of that equally as beautiful and impactful honorific title. Blackpink is where things get a little complicated. They have had undeniable success that has yet to be duplicated, and to even try to pretend like they're not popular would be a flat-out lie. If Koreans gave them this national title, I would accept it because it would absolutely make sense. The only issue is that Blackpink is all about their success abroad, outside of Korea. I don't mean that in any sort of derogatory way. I just mean that their music, their vibe, and even a good portion of their fan base is international. Blackpink is very much popular in South Korea, like I said before, and I'm not trying to imply that they're not, because the success that they have had means something. Perhaps, like Red Velvet, there is a much more fitting title to give them, something that is just as much of an important nickname that honors their unique contributions, something like the nation's international stars, or something that directly highlights what makes them special. Blackpink is more than deserving of something like that, I feel. So that leaves us with Twice and Girls' Generation. Well, here's the thing about honorific national titles. They aren't something that can be taken away. Once you have one, you've got it for life. No crown is being removed from one and given to another. My opinion is that both Twice and Girls' Generation are the nation's girl group. I even once saw someone call them Sisters Nation's girl group, and I kind of like that. Both Twice and Girls' Generation represent their individual eras in time and hold a valuable place in people's hearts, and it's ridiculous to try and pit them one against the other. Girls' Generation was given the title originally as a warm-hearted representation of their relationship with the Korean public. Twice was affectionately given the title for their relationship as well. Girls' Generation represents the digital download millennial entertainer era of music. Similarly, Twice is symbolic of Gen Z and streaming. Sometimes I see people try to imply that SNSD was less popular than Twice because either their music was bad or they weren't as beloved by the public, and that's just not the case. At the same time, I've also seen people say Twice is undeserving of the title because they gained popularity when K-pop was already a well-known thing and therefore haven't, quote, worked for it. That is also not true. Both Twice and Girls' Generation, in my opinion, are the nation's girl group because of their deeply connected relationship with the public, their cultural impact in expanding the Hallyu wave, and their significant accomplishments worldwide. I feel Red Velvet and Blackpink are deserving of national titles that highlight their unique accomplishments, even though in reality, all 4 groups have strong cases in their favor. What's your opinion though? Subscribe and tell me your thoughts in the comments. Girls' Generation is the first nation's girl group. Twice is the second nation's girl group. Honoring those who came before you is deeply a part of Korean culture. Therefore, I personally can't wait to see who the nation's girl group might be next and witness how special their relationship is with the next generation.